Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Good Vibes Lifestyle live stream. I'm Leslie Klein, and this happens every Thursday at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. And I hope you enjoy it. I stream to Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn and Twitter. So, whatever platform you're watching on, you can actually comment, and I will be able to see your comments and put them on the screen. So, please join us, uh, get involved in the conversation, and love to be interacting with you. So, the Good Vibes Lifestyle live stream is a weekly experience, different from the Good Vibes TV show, which is on our YouTube channel. And you can always watch both the Good Vibes TV show and these live streams or podcasts on good-vibes.tv. So this show is always about the good vibes lifestyle. So I like using the hashtag good vibes lifestyle. And I really want to start a good vibes lifestyle movement. And what I and really living in the good vibes zone or the good vibes lifestyle, it's about feeling good. Why is this important? Because what we vibrate, the emotions that we're putting out there, we will attract to us. So the way to create a happy life is to be in those happier vibrations. So I like to also see it as the good vibes lifestyle is basically living in the flow. So if you are familiar with metaphysics or new age concepts or energy, you'll understand this. So I hope that you gain some great knowledge and inspiration from this broadcast. So this week on the Good Vibes TV show, we had Bridget Riggs, who is a JSJ or Jin Shin Jitsu practitioner. So if you didn't watch that episode is premiering this week and is available in addition to all the previous episodes that have premiered these last few months on YouTube. So I'm going to go. We have a special guest today, and I'm going to go right into uh, her interview. I have a very special guest, and she is one of the authors in the book Global Conscious Entrepreneurs that was curated by Marie Diamond. Now, this book only came out a few weeks ago. I believe it was in July. Or was it July? I think it might have been August or July. I don't know, but I think it was July. So I've been having the pleasure to interview several of the authors. And today I have Annette Dernick. And with her speeches and coaching, Annette Dernick inspires and supports companies to have more peace and appreciation in their companies. Her motto is that peace creates value, and that companies that have love and peace as a value, which are values in the good vibe zone, do better. Their employees are happier, the customers are happier, and the company thrives. So I want to introduce to you Annette Dernick from Germany. Annette, so good to see you. Thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, hi Leslie. Great to be here. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Oh, you're very welcome. Now, you help companies create peace, have the values of peace and love. And I love this motto that you have, that peace creates value. Can you talk about that and what that means in a company and why it's so important?
Yes. I think that we all have experienced conflicts every now and then. And when we have conflicts in the company, then we do not work together with each other as we could do. So if we really resolve conflicts, then the atmosphere and the team is much better. And if you think from whom you love to buy, then I hope that you love to buy from persons who also have good vibes. So from persons that are happy, that really welcome you, and they who do not only have kind of this smile on their face telling you, okay, I have to smile because my boss told me so, but who are really kind of smiling from the inside out. And so this really creates more turnovers and a better result for the company, because customers love to buy from us. And the other thing is, as employees, we love to work in a company. So when we come home in the evening, we kind of are happy to tell what we have experienced during the day, and that we don't come home and kind of are angry what happened today. And when we are these employees that are really content, it's not about being this happiness, but it's really feeling content inside. Then we also tell our neighbors and our friends and what a great company we are working. And this attracts other great employees. And yeah, this really is good for the whole company to thrive and to really have a good reputation on the market.
Do you find that companies are open to this?
In my opinion, they start to be open. In my opinion, it's still, let's say, what I would call the old paradigm, that it's only about cost cutting, that it's only about return on investment, about all these, let's say, economical numbers, and that the leaders of the company kind of force their employees to increase the turnovers and to visit more customers and so on. And in my opinion, that's kind of the contrary, because for me, I have the picture in mind. If you have a horse in front of a wagon, and if you really beat on the horse, then yeah, maybe the horse reacts, but the horse won't be happy. And if you do this with your employees, when they come to their clients, then they are not convinced about their products. And so I realized that times are changing now. And at present, I have the impression that maybe in the United States, it's changing even more than, for example, in Germany, where I come from. And so I'm really kind of confident and hopeful that in the changing times that we are facing now, that it will be more common. And I already know several companies who really do this, what I'm talking about.
Are those companies mostly in Europe, or do you deal with companies in the United States as well?
At present, I work with companies, especially in Germany. But when I kind of follow several contributions on LinkedIn, I would say that there are always companies all over the world. And I've been in several also TV talk shows. And I've been talking to people really from all over the world, and I would say they have a similar attitude. And for example, only recently I kind of met somebody from New Zealand, and she is also convinced that it's really very important to have more peace on Earth. And if we have more peace in our companies, in my opinion, this will contribute also to more peace all over the world. And so I can only hope that each and everybody who kind of feels what benefit it is to be peaceful, that they will really join, let's say, our common movement. And I really hope that it will be worldwide. And I would love to work also with people from the United States and from other countries, because I also love to be active in the field of intercultural awareness. That's really something that I really love a lot.
That's wonderful. Now, since what I like to call the great pause that happened in 2020, um, there was a big transition, at least in the United States, to working from home. And I think then once people started doing that, they started saying, "Oh, I like this," working from home, and maybe they started doing their own like side businesses and things like that. So we've been having trouble in the United States with more jobs and not as many people wanting to work those jobs. Are you finding the same thing in Europe, or is it different there?
Oh, in Germany, for example, it's really difficult nowadays for companies to find employees, and especially skilled and motivated employees. And what I can see here in Germany is that companies are really reducing their also their employees, and that they give every work that can be given to, let's say, artificial intelligence, it's given to them. So, for example, nowadays in Germany, we have more kind of the checkout when you go to the supermarket. It had been different in Germany for many years because I already knew the checkout system in the supermarket from other countries, especially from the United States. And nowadays, companies really try to reduce everything where they don't need anybody to be sitting and working there to reduce this. And I'm convinced that this will still increase because companies are really having a very, very big problem. For example, there are many sectors in which works can't be done because they don't have skilled workers. For example, as to, let's say, a plumber or other jobs like these, it's really very, very difficult to find people. And that's also due to the, let's say, us baby boomers. When I say us, I mean me and my generation. And in my opinion, it will become even worse because when the baby boomers leave the market, there will be kind of a much bigger gap.
Yes. I've also heard too the skilled people that work with their hands, the skilled trades people are fewer and fewer. And if they're not teaching that trade to other people, it's going to be very difficult because you won't have those skilled workers.
Yeah, and in Germany, it's not only the people who are working with their hands, it's also, let's say, people who are kind of doing the work to have new ideas and to be really, really motivated. Because if I'm not treated in a nice way in a company, then maybe I start to be self-employed. And yeah, then I have the impression that the whole system is really changing and that it's really crucial for companies to change their attitude because especially the young people, for example, Generation Z, they love to work in a company where they have enough time for their families or leisure time or time with friends and so on.
Yes, I think in the United States, Google is a good example. They have many different amenities for employees, ping pong tables and different, nap time pods and different activities and bicycle, different unique things that were never part of the corporate world before. But I guess, even daycare on site and
Yeah.
health clubs and things like that. So, so I think these companies definitely have to change to draw the kind of employees that they need to have to be viable in this new world.
Yes, in any case. What I say is also that it doesn't help to just have a table tennis table, but to really change the attitude because we as humans, we realize if, for example, they put a basket with fruit or the table tennis just in order to, let's say, to please me. And this doesn't help for me to really be motivated. But if I really have the impression that my kind of boss is looking into my eyes when he or she is talking to me, and if I feel appreciated and if I feel seen as I am, and if he or she really values what I can contribute for the whole company, then that's really how I would like to feel in a company. And that's, in my opinion, what really has to change. So, for example, when I started working several years ago, I sometimes had the impression that I was number 100,000, something like this in the company. So, just being somebody doing some job. And I'm convinced that it's very important to really to really have an attitude of appreciation and to really see the people I'm working with and to have dialogues and also discussions, even though sometimes it might be a little bit time, it might take some time to do so. And at the same time, the results are really much better.
So employees can tell whether or not these amenities that the company gives them are genuine, right? That they're really cared for and appreciated, I think is like one of the most important things.
Yeah, I would say that this is really a feeling, also a gut feeling. I realize we humans realize very often already in advance if there's a person who is, let's say, who kind of appreciates me or who doesn't. And so it's really this feeling if we feel welcome or not, and this really has to change.
Let's talk about the book, Global Conscious Entrepreneurs 2. How did you get involved, and what has been the biggest takeaway from the experience so far?
Yeah, so more than 1 year ago, I only knew Marie Diamond, let's say, from some channel talking about Feng Shui. And then by coincidence, and I know that there are no coincidences, but it's some kind of being orchestrated. Um, I found out about something, an organization. It's called ATL, Association of Transformational Leaders. And Marie Diamond is leading this ATL group in Europe. And so I asked to join. And so that's why I got known to Marie. And when she was talking about the book, I thought, oh, yes, it will be great to be in the book together with her. And the greatest thing really was, or it still is, that we are authors from all over the world. There's somebody from Australia, there are several from the United States and from Canada and from different countries in Europe. And that's really such a great experience to see that we are, let's say, all in the same movement. And what you said, when the book was published, it was published on 18th of July. So it's not only 1 month ago. And what I also loved is that we had a celebration in London together with Marie, and it was about 10 or 12 other co-authors who came to London from different countries, and we all celebrated this together, and we also kind of exchanged ideas between each other.
Yes, the book is just starting to ripple out into the world. So it's really a wonderful book of 32 different authors, including Marie Diamond. Now, you said you met Marie there. Did you know her when she was in the movie and the book, The Secret?
Oh no, I no, that's too many years ago. I've seen the movie, but at this time, names like Jack Canfield were kind of better known to me, and so I really got known to her. I think it was maybe 3 or 4 years ago when I heard about these Feng Shui courses, and I got known to her personally. Yeah, a little bit more than 1 year ago. We had a great festival here in Cologne, the Greater Festival, and there I met her in person, and then I approached her and asked her to become a member of the Association of Transformational Leaders in Europe.
And she's right next door in Belgium, right? Isn't that where she lives?
Yes and no, because Marie is really traveling a lot. Sometimes she's in Belgium, sometimes in London, sometimes in California, sometimes in the south of France. So, yeah, she's. But as
Global.
you already said, we are all connected via Zoom, and also with this Association of Transformational Leaders, we have 2 meetings in person per year, and we also have Zoom meetings every month.
Beautiful. I like to ask each of my guests, what do you do to raise your vibration?
There are really very various things. So something that I can do, let's say, every minute is to be grateful for what I just experienced. And the next thing is, even though when I may be angry or sad or upset, what I can also always do is to breathe and to really take a deep breath. And the next thing is that I can just look at my face in the mirror and smile at myself. And other things that I do is, or I do a meditation. I love to go for a walk in the woods. I love to do yoga. I love to ride my bike. And those are all things to raise my vibrations. And the last thing is something kind of very personal. I try not to be for a too long time with persons whose talk is in my opinion, too much concentrated on negative things. And I love to connect with people with whom we can talk, with whom I can change good ideas and also good vibrations.
Yes, definitely. So we're of like mind.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. Well, Annette, how can someone reach you? What's the best way? Is it your website?
Yeah, so one thing is really my website. Yes, you can already see it. And I would say the best thing really to reach me is via LinkedIn, because I'm really very active on LinkedIn. And yeah, people can always contact me for a free call. So I have a link where you can book a free call, and you can always reach out for me via email. Just send me an email. Let me know what you are interested in, and then we can or just write or still have a conversation. And yeah, I would say it's quite easy to get in contact with me and to contact me. And I really love to get known to more people and also to have let's say a bigger community all over the world. And yes, I really love to inspire people with my speeches and to really support company owners with my coachings. And yeah, just let me know, and I'll be very pleased to support you.
So the free call, is it for people that are in companies and run companies, or you have a
No, I have to admit that I always love to support people. So um, we always will be having a first call, and then we'll decide. I have, let's say, a special program for private persons, and I have another one for companies. So it's really that everybody can reach out to me. And my life purpose is to support as many people as possible. And so after the first call, yes, then we'll decide if we'll go on working together or not. But there's always the opportunity to talk to me and to tell me what it's that is bothering you, and then we'll look for a solution.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much for that. So do you have any final thoughts for our audience before you go?
Yeah, in my opinion, it's really very good to connect with like-minded people, to look out for them. And my experience is when I really have the vibration and to connect with other like-minded people, then I kind of draw them towards me, or I'm drawn to them. So in my opinion, it's really the best to be grateful as often as possible, and to be loving with and peaceful with myself, because as if I'm peaceful and loving inside, then this really kind of it's like the rays of a light. It kind of shines on other people as well. And yeah, in my opinion, that's really the best what we all can do to have high good vibrations.
Yes, it's contagious. Our
Yes.
energy is contagious, whether it's positive or negative. We're influencing other people. So if we bring that peace to ourselves, then that peace can be sent out to the world and ripple out and change our world, or at least that's how I see it.
Exactly. And this reminds me of something that I think Louise Hay said. What I send out comes back to me manifold. And that's really
Truth.
something that I kind also had to learn. But after I've learned it, I realized how much easier life is if I really practice this every day.
Yes. Well, thank you, Annette, so much. Thank you for your free offer. I hope many people come and give you a call, and just keep rippling out that peace to the world so we can change it.
Yeah, thank you very much, Leslie. It was a pleasure and an honor for me to be here. And thank you, everybody on the audience. And yes, have a great and peaceful and lovable time.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you. All right, that was Annette. So she is one of the authors in the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs Book 2, curated by Marie Diamond. So please check out the book and check out her part about having love and peace in companies. That will totally change the world. All right. So, briefly, we're going to get into some astrological news. We are still in the Lionsgate portal. So, it actually started July 26th to, let's see here, July 26th through August 12th, it goes. So we're still in that Lionsgate portal. And what the Lionsgate is, it's an annual alignment between the sun in the constellation of Leo and Sirius, which is the brightest star in the night right now. It's about 23 times brighter than our sun. People consider it our spiritual sun, and there's also the alignment of the belt of Orion, the three stars that make up the belt of Orion, the constellation. So this is an excellent, excellent time to create manifestations. The peak of it was on 8/8, which was yesterday. And this is a really, really great time to do meditations, to do visualizations for manifestation, and bringing into your life what it is that you want to create. So, just to let you know, we're still in that portal till the 12th. And what's coming up on the 16th is the new moon at 5:38 a.m. Eastern Time. The new moon on August 16th is the time of the new cycle of the moon. So it's a great time to start planting seeds, starting new things, starting new projects, just a whole new beginning. So I always like to be aware of when the new moons are, when the full moons are, to be in sync with the cycles of the celestial energies. Okay, and I do have an Amazon store. So if you go to good-vibes.tv, you can go to my Amazon store and get not only the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs book, but also other items that I've mentioned in both the Good Vibes Lifestyle live stream and also the Good Vibes TV show. Uh, so last week's tip was to create art, and that was in honor of Dr. Yana Nirvana, who is the spiritual artist that we met from the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs 2 book. And so, did you create art? Again, you can comment now in during the live stream or even after. I will see your comments. But did you create art? When we are creating art, we are expressing a part of ourselves. And it's if you do it right, you're kind of in the flow and connecting with your higher self, and the art just flows, and it's part of being in the flow, being in kind of like Zen moment, right? So last week's tip was create art. This week's tip is to practice being peaceful. And there are many ways to do it. Um, our guest today, Annette, mentioned some of the things that she does to raise her vibration and to be peaceful. But in any conflict, it's so important to be the one that's at peace. And so this week's tip is practice being peaceful. Peace is one of the higher vibrations in the Good Vibes lifestyle. So I hope you practice that this week and let me know what your results are. So, our next episode of Good Vibes TV will premiere on Sunday, August 13th at noon. And my interview is with Debbie Lane, who is a hypnotherapist, and she also talks about havening. So, be sure to watch that show. And again, you can go to good-vibes.tv to see any of my offerings from the show. All right. Well, I want to thank you for watching today. I hope you got some good information. And I just want to remind you to raise your vibe so you can thrive. So, have a blessed day and week, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.